Hi, grade 5s, so welcome to IXL lesson today. Remember, it is hat day today. Hope you like my hat with my little monkey guy, and I hope it's not too distracting for you and you'll be able to understand your math. So let's have a look at that. We are finishing our section in V, units of measurement today. So let's have a look at V4. We're going to continue comparing and converting, and we can use our table again as a help. I hope that that has helped you out a lot as well. I've actually written down on my page, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I've just got the headings of each one. King Henry died. Units, sorry, it looks like an N from my side. Unusually drinking chocolate milk, right? And so you can then use that just to add your different numbers into the different columns, and that can help work that out. So let's look at this example. We're now doing liquid. So we've done the meters, the length, we've done the mass of grams, and now we're doing how much liquid something is. So liters and milliliters is how we are looking on that. So let us look. And we can continue using our conversion table here. So let's click on that. And then I'll be able to write on there for you. Okay, so there we go. Let's just make that a little bigger. All right, that's helpful. Okay, so we have got, we'll have to read the question one more time. We have got 10 liters or 9,999 milliliters. So let's look at that metric measurements. All right, so 10 liters. Remember, when we are writing these down, I'm just going to write them here, 10 liters. And we've got 9,999 milliliters, right? So we're drawing in the liters column, which is the units, right? And the unusual liters is over here. And so the last digit, as you remember, the last digit goes into that column. All right, and then, so there is our 10 liters. And then we've got milliliters. The milli column is over here. And so the last digit goes into that column. Let's change the color so we can see which one we're working with. So 9, and there's 4 nines, 2, 3, and 4. So here you can see if we are going to fill in zeros, you can fill zeros in at the top. We can also fill in zeros on the second row because there is a number here that doesn't have a number that's matching it, right, in that same column. So we always start with the column that is the furthest to the left. That is the biggest place value column. And so 1 and 0, we can already see the 1 is more. So this one, which represents our 10 liters, that is actually more. So let's go. The 10 liters is more. Okay, wonderful. Let's write these down, which is more. We have got 8 million milliliters or 8 kiloliters. So let's pop that into our conversion column. Let's delete everything else. You might want to go ahead and try that on your own. You can press pause if I'm going too fast and come back and see if you're on the right track. So I'm going to rewrite those numbers down here. We've got 8 with 6 zeros, that's 8 million, and we've got milliliters, or 8 kiloliters. Okay, so that is the question that we're looking at here. So the kiloliters, kilo is here in this column. We've got 8 of them, so we're going to put 8 there. And then we've got 8 million milliliters. So milliliters is this column here. Our last digit, that 0, is what's going over here. Now you can see that we've got 3, 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an 8. Okay, and we can fill in all the zeros, but you will see soon enough, if you haven't already, that these are identical numbers. So neither is more, which means they are equal. Let's try one more together. Which is more? I'm going to write it down on my page. 398 centiliters or 4 liters. All right, so let's have a look. Again, you might want to press pause and come back and see if you're correct. So to rewrite the question, 398 centiliters or 4 liters. Right, I think this is meant to be a capital L. Okay, let's draw. The last digit goes into the centiliters, which is centi. Centi is here, so the 8 goes here, and we work backwards, right? 893. Or 4 liters, so here the liters section, so our 4 goes over here. And we can fill in our zeros where there's a number in one but not in the other. And when we start on the one that's on the most on the left, you can see 3 and 4. Well, the 4 is definitely a bigger one. So 4 liters is more. All right, great. Let's go on to the last section. This is a slightly different section. It's looking at temperature. Where are we? Gone too far? There we go. V5. Choose the more reasonable temperature. So let me just delete all of my drawings here. Okay. So if Jim has a fever, what is his temperature? You need to choose the more reasonable answer, right? So it gives you two options and you need to figure it out. 100 degrees Celsius or 38 degrees Celsius. So 100 degrees Celsius, just to put it into context, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. If you ever put your finger or you've had a splat of water on your skin, if it's been boiling, that burns like crazy. So that's not what it feels like when you have a fever, right? Our temperature needs to be 36, 37 degrees. If it's at 38 degrees, then you definitely have a temperature. If we were at 100 degrees, I don't think we would survive, right? So 100 degrees is definitely not the more reasonable temperature. Okay, let's have a look here. What is the temperature of boiling water? Well, I've just given that answer to you. See if you can remember. Right, it's 100 degrees Celsius. Double that, over double that, well, that would be incredibly, incredibly warm. What is the temperature of a hot day in the desert? Choose the more reasonable answer. You think it might be 0 degrees? Definitely not. Now, you guys in Canada, you have a lot more understanding of these temperatures because of just being outside and looking at what to wear for a day. I feel like that's really put you in a good place. In South Africa, it never gets, very seldom does it get 5 or below. So yeah, we don't have as much of an idea of the temperatures, but you would know that 0 degrees is a very cold spring day is what we had last week. All right, but a hot day in the desert, 37 degrees. I've known some desert places in South Africa gets 40, 45, close to 50 degrees, which is extremely uncomfortable. 37 degrees that's warm, but it could be worse. So yeah, all right. Submit that. You guys continue working well. You have got a test tomorrow on this section, so make sure that you could do the usual, get everything up to 70 SMART score, and then keep going. You want to get it all up to 80, and then all up to 90, and then all up to 100. And spend today doing a lot of practice with that. Just a tip for this one, for V5, if you're struggling to figure out, then again, add to your notes, write down what different temperatures are. For example, if I make this one incorrect, what is the temperature outside on a cold, rainy day? If I were to get it wrong, here it tells you these pieces of information, which is a very good thing to have. But this solve part, 20 degrees is too warm, 12 is a more reasonable answer. You should write all of this down just to help you out and give you a little bit more of an understanding of temperature. And just be encouraged. The more you spend time practicing, the better you will get at this, okay? It's not I can't do this and that's just how it's going to end. The more you practice, the more understanding you will get. You'll get to understand just what to expect with different temperatures and what is too hot, what is too cold. You'll do the same thing in life with money, what is expensive, what's not expensive. It's just a process of experience. So the more you spend time with it, the better you'll get at it. So have fun with it. Have fun with your hats. I hope you've all got your hats on, and I'll enjoy seeing you guys at chapel. Have a good day. Ciao for now.